Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tea Time. This is a Momo tea. It's actually Momo tea. Momo as in peach. Um, the other day in North, there was a booth for Momo tea, and they had all this green tea set. I'm like a kid in the candy store, just like, and he's like, you can smell it, and I'm like, I bought like five. I bought so many. I bought the Momo. There's like a bunch of them. They didn't end up on my pictures of the haul. I'll probably go through them at some point, but that's fine. Now, I'm sure there's like maybe three of you that care, and maybe there's more that are going to come and click on this video for whatever reason. But the first order of business is this is going to be a life update video. I'm aiming for about 15 minutes of just me talking, and then so if you don't want to like watch or just want to listen or just don't want to watch at all, it's fine. But I'm going to tell you what I've been working on and what's going to happen going forward, or what I plan to do going forward. There, miss. First off, I'm changing the name. I'm gonna go back to being Torlos. Probably like Uncle Torlos. I'm not trying to ride on like Uncle Roger's success or anything. Just that I'm an uncle in real life, and I feel like that's probably the better place for me to kind of settle. Is your cool internet uncle? Because let's be real, there's a lot of kids online, and we got to be better. Adults like us, we got to be better, especially with what's been in the news lately. I'm going to leave it at that, and we're going to move on. Now, the big thing is that I've been fan translating Kimi to Warikoto Shitai. I want to do bad things with you. Now, I guess I should bring up the manga here. It's not an ecchi. I guarantee you it is not an ecchi. I have read through 26, I'm sure 27 chapters. It's written as like some sort of silly um, thing, but it's a romance manga rather, and she's like a super tall. People like to call them girl failures. I don't like that. She's just very insecure. A lot of people in the comments on the manga decks have been like tall bochi or something. I get it, but it it's cute. It's been kind of fun to work on. Uh, I have a feeling that there's people out there on manga decks for whatever reasons I didn't get tagged correctly. My account didn't get tagged, so I wasn't marked as the translator. Like you can't click on it, look at the group, and my profile comes up. It's just weird. So I'll probably fix that at some point. But I'm totally marked correctly in our Discord. So if you're in the Discord, you can hit me up at some point. But yeah, working on 27 here. Don't pause and look too closely. You might spoil yourself. Is there anything really spoiler in the first bit? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, definitely a little bit. Yeah, don't pause and read that. Okay, that's been the big thing that's been eating at my time, but it's been a good thing. The next thing I've been working on, but it's been very slow progress because I didn't have all the Nendroids for it, but I want to build a diorama for one of these cubbies, and it's going to be Starry from Bocchi the Rock. And I was trying to figure out the best. It might actually become this one because you guys can see down it in the camera. And it might be two levels. It might not be. I've got to start laying it out. But it's been slow progress on that one. Controller parts. I have backseated controller parts. We keep running into a snag where every time we try to bring in this we're trying to get the special clay, it sets in air, and then you put it in hot water and it becomes malleable again, and you can make molds with it, which would be very useful because we need to make molds of buttons so we can make cool resin, uh, like cover buttons. They could just be resin, have like cool little things in them. We all sorts of things we wanted to try, but it's just we can't get that stuff for some reason, and it's been absolutely insane. So that is on the back seat. The other big thing I had to finish that was a huge financial drain and took literally 3 days of not me doing stuff, but 3 days of the computer doing stuff. The NAS in the background there, you can see. I don't know if you can notice the side panel's off because the drives run too hot. So I just plugged a fan in and have the side off, and there's cool air blowing in from one side. But it's finished. I had like a 10-plus-year-old drive that was just dying in there. So I upgraded. We went from 8 terabytes to 24. Yes, I know, it's a very big difference. But we're changing out one drive and adding 2 new ones. So it is what it is. The next thing is I want to go back to doing weekly videos. I was thinking maybe like weekly anime covering one, like anime I'm watching, what episode I really like this week, something like that, and maybe do game coverage another week or whatever. Just flip it back and forth, or just do whatever, talk about whatever I want to that week. Maybe if it's a week one of the manga goes up, I can talk about that. Because I feel like I'm not trying to be mean to Clock or anyone who works on the typesetting thing, but I sometimes have like paragraph long translation notes that no one ever sees. And I feel like there's context that gets lost. There's always context that can get lost when you translate something, especially from Japanese. So I might at one point go through and be like, here's some things that I want to note here. Like, and just point out stuff. So that would just be for me basically, and no one else. That's fine. Let's see. The next one was trying to do a monthly discussion video. Now this would be either multiple guests or just different people who come in and we're going to talk about something. Consider it like a monthly podcast type thing, probably closer to like an hour or so with a single topic, or give or take. Just people talking about a game or whatever. I'd get footage for it. It'd probably be a game. I feel like the awards will fit into that, which I still want to do, by the way. Okay, and the last thing is I'm looking for a native Japanese speaker who will be willing to practice with me every week, whether it be like some sort of video thing where excuse me, where I go up on a channel or something and talk with them, or we do something over here. It doesn't matter. I want to get better at spoken Japanese. There's no one local I can really practice with, and I feel like it's the last hurdle I have to conquer before I can start like writing in Japanese, like my thoughts in Japanese. Because right now it's like I'll like write out what I want to say in English, and then pick words, and then try and fit the sentence together. I'm not communicating. Like right now, I'm communicating by just thinking. I'm just like actually, I'm not even thinking. Just like the words are just coming out of my mouth. Like it's to do Japanese. I have to be like, okay, well, and I have to think my way through. Like a set phrase, like I could introduce myself, I could do hello, ask for something, but I couldn't have a fluent conversation back and forth that is, I would say, 100% good. I can listen, like watch a show, and follow exactly what's going on. I might have to pause it when Japanese subtitles show up for stuff, but it is what it is. Um, for the most part, I'd say I'm pretty good, but that is my last hurdle, and I need to overcome it. So that's going to require finding someone who would be willing to help me overcome that. So I will keep on the lookout. I'll probably put out a tweet with a well worded Japanese tweet. So if you are someone who knows someone who would fit that bill, I prefer a native Japanese speaker. Uh, Closer to 30. I would go younger is okay, but closer to like 20, 30 would be probably better age wise. Um, Playing on Xbox is a bonus, but that is what it is. I've got about 4 minutes left here for my allotted 15 or so. You can see the shows I'm watching this season. Hopefully, they are nice and clear for you on your whatever device you're watching. I want to plug one, and I want to plug one that I think a lot of people are underselling, but I think is actually really good. Not great, mind you, but is very good and is doing some things very subtly that I very much enjoy. Like the way it's built the world is very good, and it's My Wife Has No Emotion. Is it Boku no Sumo? Oh, I can't remember. Kanji reading off the top of my head, but some. Oh, it's right at the top there. Oh, Kanjo ga nai. Um, Honestly, I feel like the title is misleading because she clearly has some sort of emotional attachment to him. Doesn't understand it, but I feel like it is a very interesting look into what possibly could be in the future a bit. I know it's got like a low user rated score or whatever, but I don't user score these. I I feel like if I was in his shoes, right? So the whole premise is that he is um, living alone, doesn't have a girlfriend. He comes home and he's just too tired to like do anything. Got no drive to do anything. I can 100% understand the depression aspect of it, you know. You go to work, you come home and the monotony and you have no one to come to, and trying to find someone honestly is a pain in the butt. So this is a world where they have robots that uh, can cook and clean and do things. So he picks her up at apparently a secondhand store. We don't actually see that bit. It's mostly just like a one room, for the most part, a one room setting with the two of them doing things. Like there's the living room, there's the kitchen, but it's kind of just a one room apartment with the two of them. And I actually kind of appreciate that. There has been some stuff that's been like they go out or there's outside, but for the most part, it is just the two of them interacting so far. And he's like sort of embarrassed at first that he's maybe I should I don't know if you read the thing, but um he like comes home, has a couple beers, and he like makes this joke about how she's such a good housekeeper, and he's like, "Oh, maybe you could be my wife." And of course, she's a robot. She has no sense of humor. She takes it seriously, and then she apparently has full access of the internet, which honestly I think that's a little scary. Having a robot that could just look up whatever everyone's saying. But like just be able to look up words that you're not and be able to learn. It's kind of interesting. I don't exactly know 100% where we're going, but I feel like there's going to be something bad happening at some point. So it's going to be one of those shows that I think is not underrated, but goes under the radar. And a lot of people can be like, oh, well, we've got Nokotan and we've got. Yeah, Nokotan. Chika Noko Noko. Nokotan's funny. Like, you got Nokotan near too many losing Akane. Too many losing heroines is pretty good from the first episode. Dungeon People's also another episode, another show that I feel like is not enough people are talking about because Alia is here, and then 2.5D Seduction. These two are, I wouldn't rate them as like the best of the season or anything, but they're definitely hard. I feel like Atori here has a good chance to dethrone, but I could talk about other stuff next week if you want. Maybe. Kind of run a little bit over what I was going for, but that's it. See y'all next time. Matane.